Most cars don't run better just because you spend more money at the pump. And that's where most of the confusion around premium fuel begins. Drivers are told it's better, but they're rarely told better for what, or better under which conditions. So every fill-up becomes a small gamble. And when that gamble gets repeated thousands of times over years of ownership, that's how people waste money or unknowingly hurt their engines. Let's slow this down and talk through it properly, the way a mechanic would explain it if you were standing next to the car with the hood open. When people argue about premium fuel, they're usually talking past each other. One driver genuinely feels a difference in how their car runs. Another feels nothing at all. Both think they're right, and in their own situations, they often are. The reason is simple. They're driving different engines, built for different operating conditions, but using the same word: premium. That word hides what actually matters. Premium fuel is not stronger fuel. It does not contain more usable energy. It does not automatically burn cleaner or produce more power. What premium fuel really offers is resistance to knock. That's it. Knock happens when fuel ignites too early under pressure instead of waiting for the spark plug. And pressure is the key variable here. Engines that create high pressure before ignition need fuel that can remain stable under that stress. Engines that don't create that pressure simply don't benefit from higher octane fuel in any meaningful way. This is why Octane exists in the first place. Octane is not a performance rating, it's a stability rating. Higher octane fuel resists premature ignition. It allows combustion to happen exactly when and how the engine is designed to make it happen. If your engine never creates knock-level pressure, higher octane fuel has nothing extra to offer. It's like wearing a heavy-duty helmet while sitting on the couch. The protection is there, but it's never being used. Now here's where premium fuel actually matters, and where it stops being optional. Turbocharged engines compress incoming air aggressively. Supercharged engines do the same thing mechanically. Some high-compression naturally aspirated engines are also engineered to squeeze as much efficiency as possible out of each combustion cycle. These engines operate closer to the edge of knock by design. In those engines, premium fuel isn't a luxury. It's protective. If you run regular fuel in an engine designed for premium, the car doesn't explode. There's no dramatic failure. Instead, the engine computer steps in quietly and saves the engine from damaging itself. It pulls ignition timing. It reduces boost pressure. It softens throttle response. It lowers performance. In some cases, it even lowers fuel economy. So when drivers say, "My car feels weaker on regular fuel," and the engine actually requires premium, that feeling is real. The engine is holding itself back to stay safe. Now let's flip this around, because this is where most money gets wasted. Most engines on the road today are not high-compression engines. They are designed from the start to run efficiently and safely on regular fuel. Their combustion pressure never approaches knock limits under normal operation. And in those engines, premium fuel does absolutely nothing extra. No added horsepower, no improved longevity, no meaningful fuel economy gain. This is where assumptions cause problems. Drivers assume higher price equals better protection. But engines don't work on price. They work on chemistry, pressure, and timing. If your owner's manual says regular fuel is recommended, premium fuel is simply unused potential. You're paying for a capability your engine never calls on. Now let's talk about the biggest myth people still believe. Many drivers think premium fuel is cleaner. Years ago, that was sometimes true, depending on the fuel supplier. Today, it usually isn't. Modern fuel standards require detergent additives in all grades. At many stations, regular and premium fuel share the exact same detergent package. That means premium fuel is not automatically cleaning your engine better. It's not scrubbing valves more aggressively. It's not preventing deposits just because it costs more. The difference you're paying for is octane, not cleanliness. This is one reason premium fuel feels disappointing for many drivers. They expect smoother operation, fewer deposits, or better long-term health. But if the engine doesn't need higher octane, none of that changes. So why do some people swear by premium fuel anyway? There are two reasons, and both are understandable. The first is engine design. When an engine that truly needs premium finally gets it, performance returns. The car feels smoother, throttle response improves, power comes back. That improvement gets credited to premium fuel, when in reality, it's the engine finally running the way it was designed to run. The second reason is expectation. When drivers expect improvement, they often notice improvement, even if nothing mechanical has changed. That doesn't make them foolish, it makes them human. But perception isn't proof. Now let's talk about money, because this is where most drivers care the most. Premium fuel costs more every single time you fill up. The question is whether it ever pays you back. In most regular fuel engines, the answer is no. Any tiny efficiency change is usually swallowed by normal driving variation, weather conditions, or traffic patterns. In premium required engines, the savings come from preventing loss, not creating gain. You're not earning extra efficiency, you're avoiding reduced efficiency. That distinction matters more than most people realize. There's another detail most people never hear, and it surprises many drivers. Using premium fuel in an engine tuned for regular fuel can sometimes increase carbon buildup. Because premium fuel burns more slowly, engines not designed for it may not fully optimize combustion timing. That incomplete optimization can slightly reduce combustion efficiency. This doesn't cause immediate damage, but over long periods, efficiency can drop a little. Again, engines want the fuel they were designed around. Now let's address long-term engine health, because this is where fear often takes over. That been describing from a fully optimized combustion timing. That incomplete optimization can slightly reduce combustion efficiency. This doesn't cause immediate damage, but over long periods, efficiency can drop a little. Again, engines want the fuel they were designed around. Now let's address long-term engine health, because this is where fear often takes over. If an engine is designed for regular fuel and you use premium, you're not damaging it. You're just not gaining anything. The engine isn't suddenly happier or healthier. The extra octane simply goes unused. The real long-term risk shows up when an engine that requires premium is consistently run on regular fuel. Not because it explodes, but because the engine spends its entire life protecting itself instead of operating efficiently. When engines constantly pull timing to avoid knock, combustion becomes less efficient. Extra heat builds in places it wasn't designed to handle. Over time, that heat accelerates wear on pistons, rings, and valves. You won't notice this in the first year, or the second, but over tens of thousands of miles, it adds up. Engines don't usually fail dramatically. They wear down quietly. That's why some high-performance engines seem fragile. They're not weak, they're precise. Carbon buildup adds another layer of confusion. Carbon forms in all engines. Premium fuel does not prevent it. Short trips, frequent cold starts, and poor combustion efficiency matter far more than fuel grade. That's why two identical cars using the same fuel can age very differently. Fuel isn't always the cause. Fuel additives are often mixed into this debate. Some additives work, many don't. Used correctly, good detergents can help keep injectors and combustion chambers clean, regardless of fuel grade. This is why some mechanics recommend regular fuel plus periodic cleaning instead of permanent premium use. Modern engines also adapt. They learn fuel trims, timing behavior, and driving patterns. Changing fuel can feel like improvement simply because the engine is relearning. Fuel alone is rarely the full story. By now, the pattern should be clear. Premium fuel isn't a lie, but the way it's marketed often is. It's presented as universally better when it's actually conditionally useful. Engines want the fuel they were designed for. Nothing more, nothing less. Design determines need. So here's how you decide every time. Check the owner's manual. Understand required versus recommended. Stop chasing feelings. When you do that, fueling stops being stressful. You stop second-guessing yourself. You stop wasting money. At the end of the day, premium fuel is just a tool. The right tool for some engines, the wrong one for others. Cars that last aren't owned by people who overspend. They're owned by people who understand how systems work. And once you understand premium fuel properly, you stop chasing myths and start protecting both your car and your wallet. That's the real secret.